the ATL edition. We talked about the Falcons, Hawks, Dream, and Braves. The Braves, of course, are on off season, like full off season, not even spring baseball, grapefruit, nothing. It is just pure. They out there vacationing right now. With that being said,
Wait, before we get into anything, I know that the highlights are up there. Can you go to the standings, please? Click on that second link right there.
For conference or division?
Nope, NFL. I'm here for a reason.
Okay.
Can you scroll all the way down to the very bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you notice, we're supposed to be the worst team in the NFL.
Oh, this how we starting early.
Oh,
we starting early. Yes. Okay.
It's very clear that we're the worst team in the NFL, and that we were supposed to have the absolute worst record in the NFL. I'm gonna look and see Super Bowl Los Angeles Rams. Less wins. The Indianapolis Colts, Matt Ryan.
Sabotage,
boy,
but still.
You done had a rough go of it, my friend. I'm gonna send a special, thoughts and prayers to you. Everywhere you go, it seems like it just rains. Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Right into the sunset of your sorry ass season. Next up, another one of these, what I would call a Norwood special. The Arizona Cardinals. I told you this team was terrible. I told you not only was his team terrible, this quarterback was entitled and not worth the money paid. And then the quarterback, not the quarterback, but the coach, what is what I would consider the absolute most elite mediocre white man on the planet, Cliff Kingsbury. Round of applause. Cliff Kingsbury has never actually done anything of value, except maybe shoot at a few recruits' parents.
Is that valuable though? I guess it is. Got him his job.
Bada bing. And then below that, Chicago Bears, and also don't forget about the Houston Texans. I go on all of this to say that y'all counted us out from day one. Y'all said that we had no Matt Ryan and we didn't stand
worst roster in the league is what was said.
And we told y'all right here, we said that's factually inaccurate. Are we the best team in the NFL? Not no, but hell no. But are we a team that's tough? Are we not the worst team in the NFL? Well, hell yes. And how many wins do we project, Reggie?
6.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look and tell me how many wins we got right now?
6 wins.
Okay, all right. So when other people tell you about how great their podcast is and they know what they're talking about, just remember that we picked at the beginning of the season how many wins we were supposed to have, and that's how many wins we have right now. Thank you and good night. I give all of my time now to my co-host Reggie. Do your thing, brother.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
and I'm drinking.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the thing about this is, since we're here, since we're gonna talk about the standings, let's talk about the standings.
And you could be anywhere else in the world, but you were here with Reggie and Norwood.
Tell to the truth tellers. Let's listen. Let's talk about it. This team right here.
Some say soothsayers.
This team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, stole a game from us. Tom Brady cried himself into a call.
Big facts.
This team, where they at? This team right here released a press statement saying that they were bailed out by the refs who stole 2 touchdowns from us when they beat us 17-9. That's 2 wins that we should have had. We would be 8-8 if that happens, and we would be leading the division. Also, I will not discount the fact that we have Marcus Mariota.
And is no longer with the team.
He started.
Quarterback quit. Our sorry ass quarterback quit. Let me tell you how bad it is. That's like when a woman who you don't find very attractive breaks up with you. You're like, whoa, you better go to hell. And this is what exactly happened to us. When our team is resilient and our team is hardworking and our team believes in itself. I had to find some realistic adjectives to use. I didn't want to be like, our team is good. We'll punch you in the mouth. Well, we may punch you in the mouth, but that might be it.
I'm uploading something that I want y'all to see because I want y'all to see I want y'all to see how bad it is coaching. I mean, I get on Arthur Smith because, this is all gonna mean something soon, y'all. I promise. Because, it's not really still processing. Because Desmond Ridder looked pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And we started with Marcus Mariota.
Don't even know where he is now. We had to hire another quarterback just in case Ridder got hurt.
Marcus Mariota quit on the team. Desmond Ridder, let me ask you a question. Now that we're going to talk about the game. How mad as a person do you have to be as Kyle Pitts to know that you played your entire season with Marcus Mariota, who could not throw the ball down the field? He was last time we checked, he was like 1 of 20. 1 of 20. You get hurt, out for the season after Mariota leads you over the middle against the Chicago Bears. And then all of a sudden they put in Desmond Ridder and Drake London, Michael Pruitt, Olamide Zaccheaus, Cordero Hodge, all look great. CP, they finally did what I told them to do and moved CP out and started using him like Deebo Samuel.
Well, Algier he's a man. The whole damn man.
Yeah, he been doing it.
And that's probably gonna be his. Y'all gonna have a tough time taking that running back spot from him. But yes, I understand your frustration, but I think that at the end of the day, the key part for this is Mariota is getting on. Now, I think that we have some more issues to talk through, but I guess, do you want to go right into Ridder watch and the Ridder update, or do you want to go into highlights and
well, I'll play the highlights and we could talk about the highlights, and I'll play the highlights as we talk about Ridder. How about that? So what was your impression of Ridder in his second start?
Ridder, it frustrates me because of what I knew and already believed. Desmond Ridder is good as Marcus Mariota. Everything that Marcus Mariota can do, Desmond Ridder can do. So there was no reason to continue to play him. That was my frustration. How did he look? He looked like a guy who was pretty solid given what he had. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say he got a lot of help, special teams, and defense kind of did at least a little bit of what we needed him to, especially defensive line. But he was responsible with the ball. And he was willing to throw the ball into some relatively tight windows, and he hit Drake London enough. I can't say like it's a glowing performance, but it's as good as Marcus Mariota at least.
I can say it's a glowing performance. He didn't have any turnovers, no stupid passes. That's a glowing performance from what we had with Marcus barrel roll throw Mariota. That's a glowing perforance.
You're never gonna let that.
Never, ever. Just to let y'all know, I am never letting that go, ever.
He wasn't super irresponsible with the ball. He might have made I'm not gonna do that to Mariota. But this is all stuff that we've watched Marcus Mariota do. We're like, oh, Desmond Ridder can do this. Now we see that he can do all of this stuff, which is the reason that we should have been playing him.
That was the whole point. My
biggest frustration.
And it seems like he galvanized the offense. I mean, look, like we already had not the number one. We had one of the better rushing offenses in the game, right? I think we are like number one, maybe number two.
They are physical on the pass. I mean, on the run, they are very physical. They are aggressive offensive linemen. I mean, I think as far as pass protection, there's some work that can be done. But running, they won't punch you in the face.
Yeah,
we punch whoever's out there. Let's grab them. And I like that because our team has never been that. And our running backs run tough. Receivers are willing to go across the middle. This has been one of the tougher Atlanta Falcons teams I've ever seen, and that alone is worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned. It is.
Now, I will say, Tyler Tyler Algier and our offensive line. I didn't know that we sent Matt Hennessy down to the practice squad. Another terrible draft pick by Thomas Dimitroff. But between Dahlman and Lindstrom and McGarry, that right side of the offensive line is playing really, really well. But look, this is what he does better than Mariota or anything else. All he does, he just takes the check down. Like, that's all you got to do is just take the check down and take what the defense gives you, and then you're good to go. Mariota wouldn't do that. That was frustrating.
We're probably a level deeper if we have Kyle Pitts pushing the offense further out. The check downs instead of 5 are 10s, which changes the game considerably. I'm
not gonna let y'all forget this. Look at this. This is the Mariota throw.
This is terrible. Look at this.
I don't care. Y'all can tell me I'm a horrible person. Y'all can tell me everything you want. Marcus Mariota did this in a game in which we were still, and it was picked off. But luckily, he was
already down. But see, my thing is, after you do that shit, how do we go back? Like, how do we go back to the huddle, bro? That's what time you're on right now. Are you point shaving? We have running backs. We have 3 good running backs.
Strong running backs.
Algier and Huntley. Men. 1, 2, 3. You get in there with any of them, prayers to you, not prayers to them, because you're going to need it worse than they do.
So even the Falcons, this was a close game. We almost gave the game away. But the thing about Desmond Ridder, while we're talking about the Ridder watch, Desmond Ridder was 19 of 26, 169 yards, no touchdowns, but no interceptions, right? He didn't hurt himself. Tyler Algier, 20 rushes, 83 yards. Cordero Patterson, 9 rushes, 42 yards. Desmond Ridder just did not. There were a lot of plays in which Desmond Ridder did not get sacked, right? That was the whole reason they were talking about playing Mariota, right? And, woo, Algier's that man.
It's aggressive.
Right? And the thing of, even on passing, Desmond Ridder completed the pass to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different Falcons. Of course, Drake London being his number 1 target, Cordero Patterson being his number 2 target. But the fact that he completed the pass to 7 different Falcons means that he's spreading the ball around, and also he's going through his progressions and taking what the defense gives you, which leads to a win.
And if you notice, at the end of the game, CP stepped up when we absolutely needed him. He's the guy committed to making good football plays.
I like the way that they're load managing him. I like the way that they're load managing CP. I like the way that they're load managing CP. I do think I said for
guys now, man. So yeah, but
I said for a while that we should put CP at receiver and running back and just kind of move him around, which is what they did a whole lot of the second half. The second half, they did a whole lot of moving CP around. They gave Algier the ball, and when Drake London was open, now he did make one pass in the game-winning drive to go down and kick the field goal on 4th and 5. He made a tight window pass to Drake London. I thought it was picked off. I mean, to Michael Pruitt, not Drake London, Michael Pruitt. And I thought it was picked off.
If you can build his confidence, which is the reason I wanted him to go ahead and start, didn't make a ton of sense to just keep. We've capped out with Mariota. This is what it is. And if we win more games, we're still not competing for a championship. So there becomes a point where it's just diminishing return. So at that point, we should have been playing Ridder, so we had a chance. But overall, I'm very happy with the way the Falcons played today. Shout out again to both the offensive line for pushing people out of the way, the defensive line for getting in the way.
Shout out to the defense, man. What specifically, one thing that you like about the offense, defense, and special teams? Give me one thing.
The offensive line blocking aggressively. And I know that sounds, relatively normal for offensive line, but we are Atlanta Falcons fans. Offensive line has been always one of our more shakier rooms. And in that, I've never been confident to say, we got a bunch of guys who I think are maulers. When it comes to that running game.
When we have good seasons, our offensive line is good. Every time we have a really good offensive line, we end up going to the NFC Championship or Super Bowl. Every time.
Yes-ish. Yes.
No. Because we had Harvey Dahl. Remember we had Harvey Dahl and that the Turley and all of them?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that I feel confident in this group going into next year, which is kind of my biggest thing is I wish I knew more about the quarterback going into next season. And then defensively, the defensive line. They were in the way. They didn't make it easy on them. I know you got to back up, but they did their job. And that's how and also special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Great game from special teams.
Mm-hmm.
They blocked the punt. You see that one punt they got the coffin corner like on the 2-yard line. That's all you can ask from that side of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Offensively, man, I like Ritter because he did not lose us the game. He played within himself. I understand the first game that you start, which was against the Saints, if I believe. Your first start, you kind of got thrown in there.
Good defensive line.
You played shaky, but you still had us a chance to win the game, but Drake London fumbled the ball, right? Even the next game, who did we play against? Who did we play last week? Who Falcons play last week? Panthers. No, we played Panthers last week. Yeah, we did because Drake London fumbled. Yeah. No, it was Ravens. We lost to the Ravens.
Right.
So you even had a chance to go down. You got 2 scores robbed from you, and you had a chance to go down there and tie the game, but Drake London fumbles, right? So those are 2 losses that are on your record that aren't really your fault. But you could see the confidence building. He threw for like 95 yards against the Saints. He threw for 100 and something yards, or maybe 200 yards against the Ravens.
Yep. 235.
This game, he was 19 of 26 for 169 because he just took what the defense gave him, and we ended up going down to win the game. So offensively, I really like the way that Ritter just played within himself and didn't try to do too much. Defensively, hey, Isaiah Oliver, I have talked so much shit about you.
Yep.
And they made the move. They put you at kind of like a robber position, the nickel/safety. You are flourishing this year. Aside from AJ Terrell, which they just refused to throw the ball to his side of the field.
Nah, I'm good. We good over here.
Isaiah Oliver had more pass breakups than everybody. He had 5 tackles, 4 that were assisted, 1 sack, and 3 pass breakups by himself. So going into next year, he's obviously not an outside corner. He got embarrassed. But him being in the slot, and he's a bigger corner, he can guard tight ends, he can guard wide receivers, and he's a short tackler. I'm excited about Isaiah Oliver going into next year. And, of course, special teams. Going into next year, I think you still have to address either safety or another corner.
I think you go for. I mean, it depends as best available.
Or D line. You gotta go D line. You gotta go defense. I think this is a defensive draft, so you gotta go defense. But I mean, I'm partial. I'm a UGA fan. Jalen Carter is a dude. He just got to get in shape. But I also want to get a receiver.
My thing is, it's so difficult for us to land a good defensive lineman. I feel like we try that thing every year and just never hit. It's frustrating.
There are so many good defensive linemen in the draft this year,
and we miss every time. I'm more on the corner boat, corner or safety. We still have to address the loss of Calvin.
Yeah, you got to go wide receiver, but you can't go wide receiver too early.
And my other thing is, I still don't know what you do at quarterback. You're not going to end up with enough tape on Desmond Ridder to know if he's your quarterback of the future. And I mean, how many more years can we afford to waste of Kyle Pitts?
And it's not a fair evaluation, even if you try to look at it now. Jeez, y'all wearing my phone up. Because
it's way too late.
Because, and he also doesn't have all his weapons. So that's why I'm more on the fact of you probably got to give him a full offseason with Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts will be back for the offseason. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Cordero Patterson, Algier, a full offensive line. You probably add a receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you probably add a receiver, and you get a defense that can get you the ball back. You get a defense that can get off the field on third downs. You get a defense that can cause turnovers. You get a defense that can be short tackling to make sure that you're not always playing from behind. We can run the ball, but if we can push the ball downfield on play action pass with a mobile quarterback, I think Desmond Ridder will end up. I'm telling you, his ceiling is Dak Prescott to me. If you surround him with the right weapons, he will look all world. But if you have to lean on him with the wrong weapons, you will lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But like, I really want to see where Ridder goes, what Ridder looks like with a full arsenal next year. So I think that's where you go in the offseason.
For me, it's just so frustrating because you could have played him and we could know. We could come. There's no reason for us to not know right now what we have in this asset. Mm-hmm. But he did everything else so well with this team that you can't second guess him. And I don't like that. That puts you in a very bad situation.
You can't second guess who?
Arthur Smith.
Yes, you can. You can. Do I have to play it
I'm
again?
gonna tell you why you can't second guess him. I know I saw the barrel roll with the people. We don't. The issue is he's coached the team so well, and we got up here and hold on. First of all, cheers to 6 wins like we predicted, and we told y'all exactly what it was gonna be. But if we have the worst team in the NFL, we got 6 wins, then he coached his ass off.
Fair. He did coach a hell of a game a few times.
Either everybody else has to say, "Hey, we were wrong," which humans are never going to do, or you have to give that man respect and say you coached your ass off with a roster that's trash. And I think that more people will be more inclined to say, "Hey, you coached your ass off with a roster that's trash."
And he's the one that found Algier. He says him and Fontenot looked at how many tackles Algier broke, and he led the NCAA in broken tackles and yards after contact 2 years in a row.
In the NFL, boy.
2 years in a row, and I didn't realize how like big and bulky he is. Like he is. Yes. When he ran off the field and he took his helmet off, I was like, "Yo, his forehead goes straight to his neck. Like it ain't no." Hey,
you better be polite the way you say that too.
Yeah, he
run into that dude at Boogaloo. He put you on the swings.
No. He went to BYU. He believe in peace. You gotta worry about that. He ain't gonna be at Boogaloo. But what a thing. TJ Watt is destroying the Ravens by himself. But I mean, like all in all, man. This I said this last week. I said this is what's gonna happen. I said I think Ritter's gonna have a good last couple games. And I think there's going to be a lot of hype for us next year, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles the hype. Because we're gonna have a good draft. I believe in Terry Fontenot. I mean, he put the Saints together. I believe in Terry Fontenot. We also have all the money that Matt Ryan dead money off the books.
All off the books?
Most of it. That Julio dead money off the books.
Oh, that's gone. And shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for getting rid of Julio and Matt Ryan exactly when they were supposed to. That is underappreciated. I think that some of that Matt Ryan money hits the cap next year, though.
No, it does not. Let me see. Active players, 2023. What is it called? 2023.
The cap hit.
No, I think we got a lot of money left. Then we paying Marcus Mariota $14.5 million. That's not right.
I mean, what else? That's fine. But either way, the Falcons should have a ton of money to spend next year. Hopefully, we can get some players interested to come there as free agents. I do think that we have a grasp on coaching. I think Arthur Smith handles the coaching very well. I feel like Terry Fontenot handles the player personnel very well. I just need us to be able to be responsible with this money.
Yeah. Matt Ryan comes off. He had a $40 million cap hit this year. Yeah, he's off the books. He's off the books. That's what gives us so much money next year. Him and Julio, it was like $70 million in cap hit. And now that is off the books, which gives, I think we're going to have like $30 million, $40 million to spend in the offseason. So you're gonna add. We have holes, right? Pause. We have holes on the defensive line, holes in the secondary. I think our linebackers are pretty straight. Also, I owe an apology to AK-47. You are like the second leading rookie pass rusher in the league. You're in the top 10 in pressure rate. You impressed me. I made sure I watched you today. His get off and counter spin move got him through 3 double teams by himself. Once he figures it out, he may be a problem. He may be a problem. So I owe you an apology for that.
Yeah, because you was roasting that dude early.
Oh, roasting him. I wasn't roasting him. I said he was gonna be decent. I said we shouldn't have drafted him in the second round. I said we should have drafted a receiver, and I still stand by that.
Is your boy playing good tonight?
I mean, they only have 6 points, so it can't be that great.
Nope.
But you also have, yeah. Wow, they stopped him on second.
Ooh, 1 catch, 14 yards, 3 targets.
So finally, to wrap up this Falcons segment, man, our final game, we got some get back. I really wanted to
wrap this up.
I really wanted the Bucks to lose. I wanted the Panthers to win because I wanted the Bucks to come into the game playing against us with the division on the line, and I wanted us to ruin their season and send them home. We can't now. They have clinched their division. Ironically, they are at 8-8, the number 4 seed because of the division. So I'm pretty sure they're going to rest all of their players next week. So we have a possibility to get to 7 wins. I do want us to win.
Hell yes. Then I don't care if anybody plays on the other team. That needs to be our Super Bowl. We need to go out of here on a winning streak. We need to go out of here with a good W so that we can reevaluate everybody because everybody's on them 1-year contracts. We can decide who's staying. We can decide who's going.
Right now, we are projected to have, if they standing stayed the same right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd have the 8th pick again. I think that's what we had last year with Drake London. We'd have the 8th pick. If we win, we probably get 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We lost to the Steelers, so 13. We probably end up getting like the 13th pick. Anywhere between the 10th to 13th pick. There's not really a lot of difference between 8 and 13 when it comes to the NFL draft in the first round, unless everybody's picking the same position. Are you there, or did you freeze?
I'm just looking and I'm thinking that is right around. You assume the Eagles. They probably won't be looking for a receiver, but the Texans will.
Oh, the Eagles got the Saints pick.
No, that's the Cleveland pick.
Oh, the Cleveland pick.
Yeah. No. The Saints. I'm Texans have the Cleveland pick. But you're right. Yes. The Saints pick goes to Philadelphia, which, helps us a little bit because that means the Saints won't have a pick. Great job, guys. But it also makes the Eagles a strength, stronger.
I don't even know what they draft. Running back? They probably get Bijan Robinson. Woo! So the Falcons are gonna beat the Bucks next week. I'm gonna let y'all know that's my pick right now. I don't think the Bucks are gonna play anybody. I think Desmond Ridder is gonna play a hell of a game.
You're right. You owe me 6 beers, my friend.
For what?
Bucks beat the Panthers.
We bet that game?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I wanted the Panthers to win. I really wanted the Panthers to win. And they let me down.
Too. Thanks.
They was up 21-10.
Hate to see it. I guess I don't, though.